I got to talk to you about 12-19 because look, DC, we got a lot of big fights coming up. We got a ton of big fights to end the year. I don't know. Honestly, can I be honest with you right now? I don't know if
Yes.
I've ever been more excited for a non-title fight than I am for
Oh,
Leon Rocky Edwards
Khamzat.
versus Khamzat Chimaev. DC, just listen to
Khamzat.
me right now. This is going to, because I talked to Leon last week, so I want to report back my feelings. DC, this is the last fight in the last card, the last main event of 2020. DC, what is 2020? 2020 is the year that kicked everyone in the groin, right?
Yes,
Everyone
yes,
suffered some
yes,
kind
yes.
of bad
Everybody's
luck.
like, "Oh gosh, I can't wait to get to the next year. Like, can it get over?"
Yes.
It's like, what bad can happen next is the question.
Yes, it's just like one bad thing after the next.
Yeah.
Well, when the pandemic started, the first main event, the first card that got canceled was Leon Edwards versus Tyron Woodley, March
Oh,
21st in
look at
London.
his year. Look at poor Leon's year.
And who has been screwed time and again in 2020. Could you imagine if the year ends with Leon Edwards, who is the symbol for everyone getting kicked in the groin this year? If the year ends with Leon Edwards getting his hand raised, Leon Edwards, who told me last week that he thinks the company is rooting against him, the company
Oh,
wants him to fail. Leon Edwards beating the Golden Boy, the breakout star, the Wolf, Khamzat
no,
Chimaev.
no.
You can't write a better script. Vince McMahon wishes he had a script like this.
That
Leon
would be bad.
of
That
Birmingham,
would be
England,
crazy.
coming
That
in
would be
there in Las
crazy.
Vegas. That's the last image. You fade to black. The curtains come down, and it's Leon.
Rocky and Rocky's with his hand raised.
What's
Oh
better than
my
that? You
goodness,
can't. The fact that that's the last
bro.
fight of this year with Leon against Khamzat, who's kind of who's been the biggest beneficiary of
Of
2020. Again,
2020. Yes. I
this
mean,
is amazing.
Khamzat Chimaev he's one of the very few people in the world that 2020 has been good to, right?
Yes.
Most people are like, God, want to end this year. Khamzat, if he could live in 2020 for the rest of his life, with the way things have been going, from making his debut, having those 2 fights in 2 weeks, to knocking out Gerald, to being at Fight Island and sitting next to Dana White and legitimately becoming a star overnight, it feels like. But now he's got Leon Edwards. If
Pissed
he
off Leon
loses,
Edwards.
if he loses this fight in the end of the year, hey, and listen, Leon Edwards has won 8 fights in a row. Leon Edwards is as good as they come. This is a massive step up for Khamzat. Bro, it's crazy because if he wins, he'll skyrocket to the moon, right? I mean, are we looking at if Khamzat Chimaev wins, are we looking at a situation where you start going, oh, Gilbert? I mean, Gilbert, you waited. Like, I mean, this guy
I
Khamzat
mean,
just beat the
Gilbert's
number
been
3
waiting
guy.
now for like 3 years.
It's
It feels
scary,
like.
right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like he did it. Everything Gilbert did, Khamzat is doing right now, taking every fight, fighting the guys. He wins, it's massive. But if he loses, how do you deny Leon Edwards anything? He's the one
Khamzat
that took the fight.
Khamzat's sitting there at the table with Dana White. Leon Edwards can't even get a meeting with Dana White, the
Oh,
poor guy.
come on.
The poor
Leon can
guy
get a
can't even get
meeting.
a meeting. He can't even get his phone call answered. You get taken out of the rankings for 24 hours because he didn't accept the fight. DC, I just think if they sell this the right way, Leon Edwards represents the everyman who has been screwed over in 2020, who has seen his hopes and dreams dashed time and again this year. And he's going up against the man who has
You've done Leon bad. I'm surprised Leon talked to you. There's a
So it's
very
funny you
growing
say that.
theme. There's a very growing theme in the world of mixed martial arts. We do
No.
a show on Monday.
So
Somebody hates you by Monday afternoon, and they promise to never talk to you again. I'm surprised Leon still talked to you.
It's so funny because Leon said, hey, Ariel, I can't do his accent. I was about to, but I can't do it. You and I are cool. I know you're the only one in this sport who has had my back, literally the only one. But that guy, DC, who I trained with
Rocky
within the
would never say
walls
that.
of American Kickboxing Academy, who took me under his supposed wing back in the day, this man
Rocky
has
would
turned
never
on
say
me.
that.
Yes, he
Rocky would
did.
never say that. He's
Go
a
look at the
sweetheart.
interview. Go look at the interview.
Rocky's a sweetheart. He never would turn his back on me.
You
Leon, please, Leon, turn to me, my brother, because this is nonsense. Don't let this number one BS guy get you. Don't let him
What,
do
are
this.
you
This
rushing
guy's
all of a
number
sudden?
one.
Listen, this is what he said. This is the part that really stuck with me. He
He
said,
seems confident. He
said,
seems
I'm
very
not
confident.
mad at DC. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, come on, man. He never said that, man.
That's what he said. He said,
Everybody knows, dog. Anybody that is in this world knows that if your parents says they're disappointed in you is bad. Rocky didn't say that. Not
did.
Leon.
He
Leon,
did.
you did not say that, Leon. Leon, message me, Leon. This guy's trying to build a wedge between us. I'm the guy. Remember, Leon, I was the guy that was trying to give you the Nick Diaz fight when he came back, when Ariel was trying to put you in with.
How'd
I don't
that
know
go?
who Ariel might have been trying to stick you in there with Khamzat.
I was trying to put him in there with
That's a great
Gilbert
fight.
to fight for the belt, but we're not going to rehash that one because that got me in all kinds of trouble. December 19th. I can't wait. If they need me to fly down to the Apex and sell this, like I could do another promo.
Should I ask? I mean,
You
is
can
it
ask him.
time? Is it time for me to to ask a favor?
Throw me to the back and just be like, for more on this fight, let's go to our correspondent Ariel Helwani, and I will cut a promo unlike any other.
That used to be the thing. Hey, and now is Karen Bryant. And now let's go back to Ariel Helwani, who's in the locker room with DC after his first loss. I'm in there crying. And now let's go back to Ariel Helwani standing with the president, Dana White. Hey, Dana, boy, I have never seen a situation where you went from the penthouse down to the
what? I mean, I'll show with you on Zoom. This is great.
What happened? This because what happened?
Well, I'll tell you about another guy that I'm very.
But now I'm gonna ask, and hopefully we can get this started again.
Let's go.
I mean, I just hope that me asking doesn't end up with me in the same position as you. You know,
you're the golden boy.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.